Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today, inshallah Rahman, we will discuss about proportions. First of all, I will tell you that what are proportions. Proportions actually these are words we join a noun or a pronoun to other part of the sentence. Or in simple words, we can say that a preposition is a word used with a noun or a pronoun to show how the person or thing denoted by the noun or pronoun stands in relation to something else. My dear students, this point I will make you clear with the help of examples. Have a look, my dear students. There is a cow in the field. Here, my dear students, this is noun. Cow, this is noun. And field, this is again noun. Here the word in shows a relationship. It shows a relationship between these two, cow and field. Therefore, we can say that in is a proportion because it shows a relationship between cow and the field. Okay. Another example, he is fond of tea. Fond, this is an adjective. CTIVE, adjective, and T, this is again a noun. Here, my dear students, of. This word of shows a relationship between this adjective and the noun. Therefore, we can say that of is a preposition. Okay. Another, the cat jumped off the chair. My dear students, this is a verb, jumped, and chair, this is a noun. Here this word of shows a relationship between this verb and noun. Therefore, we can say that this of is a preposition. So let's move ahead. There are three kinds of proportions, my dear students. Proportions of time, one, proportions of place, and proportions of motion. First of all, today inshallah Rahman, we will discuss about proportions of time. So what are proportions of time? Very easy. Those prepositions which tells us about a noun in terms of time. So these proportions tell us about the noun but in terms of time, that these are called proportions of time. For example, on, in, at, by, since, for, from, before, after, beside, besides, still, until, extra. These are all proportions of time. First of all, we will discuss about on. We will discuss about these proportions one by one. First, on means Urdu में इसकी meaning है par. It indicates days, dates, or part of a particular day. In case of days, look here, I will see you on Monday. So it indicates days. In case of dates, I will see you on 7th of June. Okay. As a part of particular day, again on is used. For example, I will see you on Saturday night. Here on is used because it shows a I told you that it indicates a part of a particular day. Or there are some more examples like I got many gifts on my birthday. We got independence on 15th of August 1947. So my dear students, you should remember that on is more specific as to the time. It shows particular days, dates, etc. So this was all about on. Now let's move. Now in means Urdu में इसका meaning है मैं. It indicates long indefinite periods of time. So in is used with long indefinite periods of time, or in other words I can say that in it shows it is non-specific as to time. It refers to a period of time. So here I got this surprise in January because I told you that it indicates long and indefinite periods of time. And again, it is non-specific as to time because it refers to a part of period of time. In refers to period of time and it is non-specific. In January, I will see you in spring season. Okay. Again, in is used with in the afternoon. We use in the morning, in my youth, in the break. For example, we go for a walk in the morning because I told you that here it's used with this indefinite periods, long indefinite periods of time. In the morning, we went for tea in the break. Okay. Or we also use in a minute, in an hour, in the past, in the future. So this is very easy. Okay. Now let's move towards at. Urdu में इसका meaning है मैं और पर. My dear students, it indicates precise, specific periods of time. What does this mean? Actually, at is very particular as to the point of time. Okay, so it indicates precise, specific periods of time. Like here, specific time ये show करता है. For example, we can say at 9 o'clock, at 2:30, or it is used with holidays, at Christmas, because it is a precise, it is a specific period of time. Because I told you that at is very particular, it shows exact time, it is very particular as to the point of time. That's why we used here at Christmas, at weekend, or again used with specific periods of time, at night, at lunch, at sunset, at present. Here, my dear students, uh, there is an exception to the rule, because night does not show. Here I use it at night. At night, my dear student, there is an exception to the rule, because night does not show particular point of time, it shows duration. It shows duration, like it extends from 8 to 9 hours. That's why we used at night. Okay, for there, at night, at lunch, at sunset, at present. Okay, now let's move towards other proportion. By, here my dear students, by, it indicates a time not later than or at or before. It indicates a time not later than, at or before. What does this mean? It indicates a time not later than the given time. What does this point means? It indicates a time not later than. This means that it indicates a time not later than the given time. Okay. Or with traveling. I will give you examples of both these. For example, by 12 o'clock, 12 baje tak. By means at or before 12 बजे तक, या इससे पहले या बराबर 12 बजे तक. Okay, by next month. For example, he had promised to be back home by 4 o'clock. This means that 4 o'clock or before 4 o'clock. By means it shows a time not later than the given time. Okay, we traveled by train, by bus. We use by train, by bus, by car, but my dear students, if we talk about a specific car, then in that case we have to use in, not by. Okay, for example, we traveled in his car. For example, this is a particular car, this is a specific car, so here we use it in. Okay, this was all about by. So what does by indicate? It indicates a time not later than the given time. Okay, my dear students, have a look here. Another proportion, from and to. It indicates the duration of time when the action begins and ends. When the action begins and ends. For example, from Monday to Saturday, from morning to evening. So, it from and to, this proportion indicates the duration of time when the action begins from morning, it begins to evening till it ends. Okay. For example, this shop is open from Monday starting point to Sunday, and it shows the and beginning point and the end. Okay, so this is all about from and to. Now let's move towards another preposition, since it identifies the time of a continued action which has started from a particular point of time. So, since indicates the time of a continued action which has started from a particular point of time. For example, since Saturday, since my birth, since yesterday. For example, it has been raining since Saturday. It has been raining since Saturday. यहाँ पे हमने since का इस्तेमाल किया. My dear students, आप इस sentence को गौर से देखिए. It has been raining since Saturday. Actually, here we are talking about a continued action which is happening since Saturday, and it is also happening in present. It is continued. This action is continued action which has started from a particular point of time, but it is still uh, uh, continue. It still continues. Okay, it's also happening at present. That's why we here use since. So you should remember that word since is used. It's used with a particular it is used with the time of a continued action which has started from a particular point of time. Okay, let's move towards another proportion, for. Look here, my dear students, for it identifies the time of a continued action which has been happening during a period of time. My dear students, when we talk about duration, we have to use the for. Okay, so for talks about duration. It identifies the time of a continued action which has been happening during a period of time. For example, for 2 hours, it shows the duration. For a few minutes, for a fortnight, for a week. For example, Ram has been writing for the last 2 hours. It shows duration of time. Here, my dear students, I will tell you the difference between since and for. My dear students, look here. For is used with period or duration of time. It's used with period of time or duration of time. And as far as since is concerned, it's used when we want to refer to a starting point, particular point. It shows point of time, or when we want to refer to a starting point or a particular point, there we can use since. So for is used with duration of time or period of time, and since is used with point of time. Very easy. Let's move towards another proportion. Proportion of time, duration, during. It identifies an action which has been taking place through a given period of time. This shows the action which has been taking place through a given period of time. For example, during the vacations, छुट्टियों में, during the meeting, मुलाकात के दौरान, during the assembly. Okay, so it indicates which has the action which has been taking place during through a given period of time. For example, both of them were talking during the meeting ke dauran. So here during shows an action which has been taking place through a given period of time during the meeting. Okay, let's move towards another proportion. Before proportion of time, it indicates the time at or earlier than. Very easy. Before they came, before means pehle. Before sunset, before you went away. For example, Ram had left before Sham came. Ram had left before Sham के आने से पहले ही राम चला गया था. Okay. Another proportion after, बाद में. It indicates the time at or later than. For example, after they left, after the show, after it rained. Very easy. After the hero arrived. For example, she fainted after the show. बाद में. Okay. Show खत्म होने के बाद. She fainted. Okay, now another proportion, ago. Ago indicates the time back in the past. For example, 2 years ago, 2 साल पहले, billions of years ago. For example, dinosaurs were present on the earth 65 million years ago. इतने million years पहले dinosaurs ज़मीन पर मौजूद थे. So it indicates the time back in the past. Okay, now till and until. Last, till and until indicates up to a particular time or occurrence. Here till shows a particular time, and until it shows a particular occurrence. Till you come, जब तक तुम आओगे. Until you apologize, जब तक तुम माफी नहीं मांग लेते. For example, till sunrise. So because I told you that till is used with particular time and until is used with particular occurrence. Therefore, till sunrise, until the work is completed. For example, I run till sunrise. यहाँ पे it refers to a particular time. You will not get food until you complete your homework. So here until shows a particular occurrence. जब तक आप खाना मैं आपको खाना नहीं, you will not get food, आप खाना नहीं खा सकते until you complete your, जब तक कि आप अपना काम फिनिश नहीं करोगे. This means that until shows a particular occurrence and till shows a particular time. यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ examples लिखी है बेटा. मैं 7 बजे तक काम करूँगा. I will work till 7 o'clock. मैं आधे घंटे में लौट आऊँगा. I will be back in half an hour. मैं इम्तिहान के दौरान अचानक बीमार हो गया. I suddenly fell ill during the examination. मैं इसे पिछले 2 दिनों से पढ़ रहा हूँ. I have been reading it for the last period of time, for the last 2 days. वो कल से गा रहे हैं. They have been singing since yesterday. Here again it shows this shows a point of time. Here for shows a period of time. And यहाँ पे duration, यहाँ पे proportion in का इस्तेमाल हुआ है because it in here it shows a particular point of this particular time. And यहाँ पे till, I told you that till is used with a particular time, till 7 o'clock. Okay. Or in it shows the exact time. What in shows, it indicates the uh, exact time. Okay. Another example, last example, वो 4 बजे तक पहुंच जाएंगे. They will reach by 4 o'clock. So my dear student, this was all about the prepositions of this prepositions of time. Today inshallah rahman we will discuss about prepositions of place. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.